G'day, Steve Morgan here, Australian Bass Tournaments. This is the Mercury round of the Daiwa BREAM Series 2021. We are on the back lawn of the Meetung Hotel. Probably why it's a little bit noisy here, but I've got the non-boater champion with us, Tommy McIntosh. This is your third ABT win as a non-boater, and man, 10 fish for over 10 kilos must feel pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had a couple of years where I haven't been fishing too many ABTs, just with trying to establish myself with work and stuff. So it's nice to be back and get a few runs on the board, mate.
Mate, you are lighting it up from the back of the boat. Last time you sort of had a fair stab at it, you went to WA and you had about a $200 excess baggage bill bringing you all the trophies home that you won. You're pretty good on the black bream, mate. Do you do many yellowfin events, or have you caught many yellowfin, or is just black's your specialty?
Yeah, look, we get a few of them kicking around up at Cooter, so I dabbled in them a bit here and there, but yeah, mainly when we fish the ABT Grand Finals is pretty much my only exposure to it. So yeah, definitely planning to do a few more and try and nut a few things out with those things, but yeah.
At the back of the boat, it's always difficult because, you're sort of fishing second-hand water a lot of the time. What are your strategies to get over the fact that the fish are probably a bit harder to catch from the back of the boat? What would your tips be to other non-boaters out there that want to be in your seat right now?
Yeah, for sure. Look, it happens a lot where your boater can be really methodical and pick structure apart and all that sort of thing, and you can be stuck at the back of the boat just really going, well, what do I do to catch a fish? And it really depends on where you're fishing and what you're doing. Now, this weekend we're up at Hollands fishing some pretty heavy structure. And there was a couple of things that we were doing, rigging plastics weedless to get them further into structure, trying to get them nice and deep. Just staying in the strike zone a little bit longer, trying to tempt a few more bites. And being really precise with casting is super important as well.
Yeah, you can't just sort of lob it anywhere and expect the bream to come running out after someone else has had a crack at them. Take us through your tackle that you use. I know you like your good gear, and it's great to see that you've got a Daiwa reel on there because, let's face it, there's sponsor karma is a bit of a thing here in ABT. So a Daiwa reel winning the first event of the Daiwa BREAM Series for the year. Run us through your rig.
Beautiful. Well, yeah, this one is one that I had made up. It's a...
Yep. Hold her up, that's good.
There you go. It's a Miller Rods Brawler. It's a custom model. All the specs are pretty similar to the production one that's been released. 2 to 5 kilo, 6'7", I'm pretty sure. It's got a heap of backbone. It's got a nice soft tip for working plastics, and yeah, plenty of backbone to pull the fish out. Running the 2500 Daiwa sole in the deep spool, so it's got 10 kilos of drag, so just a little bit more to lock it up and really give it to them to try and pull them out of some timber. I think it's PE 8. Yeah, sorry, it's
0.8.
Yeah, 0.8 PE, and running an 8-pound leader down to a 2.5-inch Z-Man grub in motor oil. There you go.
And that's a real weedless setup. How do you rig that up?
Yeah, that's it. It's a traditional jig head with the hook just run internally, so that you can pretty much run it over timber, and yeah, she's not getting pinned up. So that's a 1/16 head. Was bouncing back and forward between that and 1/12 this weekend, just to yeah, depending on the flow and the depth of water.
I'm no expert with plastics fishing, but with a cheap sort of terminal rig like that, you're not afraid to throw it into some nasty gear.
Oh, for sure. Like I was having a chat to the boys over the weekend and just saying, like, I'm so confident doing it because you can throw in a $2 lure, like a grub and a jig heads cost you next to nothing for a pack. Compare that to a cranker crab, or whatever else you throw around up at Hollands. You still catch fish on them, absolutely, but I'm just so confident that I can just peg it in there, and if it doesn't come back, then so be it. There's $2. So yeah.
Take us through the most memorable fish that you caught out of the nastiest country, or the one that where you just did the fist pump and just go, I've got this done. Yeah,
there was a couple this weekend, but the most memorable one was from today. All day, I was pretty much sitting on 4 fish until it was about 12:55. We said we were going to pull out at 1 o'clock, so try to head back because we launched at Meetung and made the run across the lake. So had a little bit of time on our side, but yeah, that was sort of the cutoff that we gave, and had 4 fish in the boat, and we were like, oh, I've got this one stretch that we fished a couple of times. No one's on it because everybody else that launched at Hollands was out of there by then because they had to get their boat on the trailer and stuff and disappear. So yeah, there was one bank there, just put a grub right up onto the edge, didn't even get a chance to hop it. It just clunked it on the drop, and yeah, gave me a bit of stick, and yeah, that was the best fish of the day. I think it was a 146. I think stuck his head up, and it was just like, yeah, that's it.
That's why we do it, isn't it? Like it's
yeah.
a 1.46 kilo bream is a great fish at any time, but in a tournament
sure.
when it makes the difference, that's when you get the little butterflies, don't you?
Absolutely. Knowing, with the bag that I had yesterday and coming back with 5 today, I was pretty confident, and to throw that in to finish it off was like, icing on the top.
Awesome, mate. Any sponsors you want to thank, and give us a shout out to the socials where people can follow your gear, because I know you make a bit of content.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a little bit here and there, just to try and help people get into what we do. So got an Instagram account, Tommy Mac Fishing. YouTube channel's exactly the same, and just shout out to Miller Rods. They've been helping me out for a couple of years now, and the Miller Rods Brawler is an absolute beast for doing what we do. I reckon I've sold 2 of them this weekend to the boys that I fished with, and Tackle Tactics for all the Z-Man products. That's just, can't fold them, mate.
Well, that's awesome, and they are 2 great ABT sponsors as well. So we're checking out now. I think it's time for a beer, mate, on the back lawn of the Me Tongue Pub. Mercury round, the Daiwa BREAM Series.